I have done something that I've never done before. This was the first time in my life. The views were amazing. If I wait for life to happen, nothing will change. If I want more joy, more purpose, more memories, I have to start creating them. So I went camping. For first time in my life, I went camping in a tent. As I mentioned before, my life is a little bit repetitive, a little bit too predictable. And I decided to do something that I've never done before. I'm still capable of adventures. I still want to experience some things that I've never done before. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of saying maybe one day I will do it. It's time for my life to start. I've done enough for other people, so now I have to start doing something for myself. And something I have never done in my life is camping. So I decided I will go camping. Alone would be nice, but the first time going camping, it's too much if I do it alone. My daughter is with me for the ride, and she will teach me how to camp, what I need to do, how to pitch a tent, everything I need to know about camping. When the kids were young, we were still new to this country and we had to work. We were busy. Everybody was going camping and we didn't have time. Honestly, maybe we were not that much into camping. We wanted the comfort of our home, so we did not go camping. But the kids, maybe under the influence of other children at school, they really loved this idea. So we decided to buy a tent and pitch it in the backyard. That was their camping. We'll leave them at night in the backyard and we'll sleep inside. So the children were really into camping, and when they grew up, they started going camping. So they have everything that is needed. With my daughter, we decided to go camping, and she will teach me how to do this. So if I decide to go alone, I'll be able to do it. Another reason for not liking camping maybe is because I'm afraid of bears. Everybody here is talking about bears. Bears are everywhere, especially in the countryside, a little bit north. So I'm always afraid of bears, not so much of any other animals, not so much from humans, but from bears. But if so many people are doing it, it should be okay. There shouldn't be anything to be scared of. So we packed the car and we left. I had a list. I bought everything that is needed for food. We loaded the car and we left. What was my first impression? We went to Restul Provincial Park. It is 3 to 4 hours from us, from Toronto. In the beginning, it is all highways and traffic, but a little bit further north, it is beautiful. The roads are just amazing. We left the highway at one point, and it's unbelievable how the country roads look. I love the drive almost as much as the destination. There is something about an open road that makes me feel like anything is possible. We had a few stops on the way. with amazing views. The weather was perfect. I couldn't have asked for anything better. Our first stop was the Screaming Heads. Here you can see some footage from this. Very interesting place. These are like cement structures. Maybe I should count them. That look like screaming heads. I don't know who would do that. It is a very interesting concept. I don't know if it's done for Halloween. It's cool. It's nice to see. Very unusual place and interesting to stop and see if you're in this area. The moment we arrived, I felt my shoulders drop. I relaxed. My daughter said the same. She said, I feel like I'm on vacation now. All worries are behind me. I can start relaxing and enjoying. Even though I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, somehow I did not feel nervous. I felt excited. The forest around us was amazing. Well, so as I mentioned, I've never been camping before. I've never pitched a tent. I don't know how to do that. But honestly, it is fun. I would not believe how much fun it is. And when you follow the instruction, well, when you just know what to do, like the order of things, how to do things, it is easy. It is not difficult at all. And it was fun. So it didn't take long until we were ready with the tent. And we were hungry, so we had to prepare something for lunch. And that's my domain. I know how to cook, but it's a little bit different when you don't have all the utensils and when you don't have everything that you need to prepare the meal. But I was prepared with that. I had something a little bit cooked from before, so we had to just warm up the meat. And it was perfect lunch. Since it was in the afternoon, we went to the beach just to see the campsite and what's going on, what's around, and stay there for a while. It is beautiful. Lakes are beautiful. These open, vast bodies of water. It gives you space to breathe. You just feel present. And then the night started to fall. We started the fire. This is something that I already know how to do. In the backyard here, we have this fire pit, so I know how to start the fire. This is something I am familiar with. Well, you need dry wood. That's the first step. And the wood was not very dry, and we had this small axe, so I had to chop a little bit some kindling. That was interesting. We had really quality time with her. We talked, we laughed, we played games, and I have good time with my daughter. Always when I'm with her, we have good time. The night was uneventful, even though I expected the bear will come and maybe we'll have to run in the middle of the night. Nothing like this happened. We slept very well. We were prepared. We had these inflatable mattresses, so we slept really well. And the minute you open your eyes in the morning, you hear the sound of birds. Unbelievable what the sounds of the forest are early in the morning. It is something that everybody should hear. That's amazing. And of course, we needed a breakfast. We had a hike planned for the day, so we needed a good breakfast and coffee, of course. It is not it is not easy to prepare everything in when you have only like certain things. Of course, I forgot to take a pot, so I had to deal with the pan for everything. We had only one pan, and it was interesting to prepare the coffee, and then I cooked everything else. But it was interesting. It wasn't difficult, and the food tastes so much better when you're outside. I don't know why is it, but the food tasted amazing. Just the fact that you're away, you're kind of on vacation, and it makes it taste so much better. We had a good breakfast and we headed up on the trail. And that's where the bears live. So but I listened to some people, so you need to have a bell, you need to make noise, the bears are usually scared from people, and if you make enough noise, they'll just stay away. But we were the first one on the trail. I'm an early bird, so we were there at 8 o'clock in the morning. Mosquitoes were also out. We headed on the trail. I had to sing. I had a bell on my bag, and I had to make noises, and my daughter was not very impressed with me for this. But anyways, we get there and the views were amazing. It was worth the hike. It was an hour or something hike, but it was very nice. We enjoyed it a lot. Then we went to the lake again. We spent some time there, and in the afternoon we just relaxed by the beach. It was a beautiful day. When you're camping, you expect to see a lot of wildlife. We didn't see much, except the birds in the trees that we heard singing. That was beautiful. The mosquitoes that made my life miserable. We didn't see anything else. We didn't see bears. We didn't see anything. I see more wildlife in my backyard. Raccoons, or maybe skunks sometimes, or even a fox I saw once in my backyard. What is my overall impression of the camping? It is interesting. It is something that is good for me. I would love doing this again. What I didn't like is how many people were there. It was like in the middle of the city. Well, not exactly like that. It was not traffic. Everybody was there relaxing, but the campsites could be a little bit crowded. The second thing I didn't like is the mosquitoes. And the third thing I didn't like is the washrooms. The restrooms were, well, the way restrooms look in the wild. They're not very bad, but they're not what I'm used to. But anyways, these are small things that I am going to overlook and go camping again. I'm sure of that. I really loved it. What I loved about it, it's just the quality time that you spend with the person that you're with. And even if you're alone, it is the relaxation. You can just sit and read a book somewhere with not that many people around. The campsites are kind of overcrowded, but you can always find a place where you can be kind of alone and just sit there and enjoy nature. And of course, always when you're on the road, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So on the way back, instead of driving 4 hours directly to Toronto, we decided to make a stop, and we stopped at the Crystal Cave Mineral Exhibit and Crystal Shop. A very quirky place, very interesting. There was a person there who was very knowledgeable, a guy. He was very knowledgeable about crystals and everything in the area. So if you have an opportunity to go there, please go and visit. There's a lot to see, and if you're interested in crystals, there is a lot of things to buy and learn about that. Here is some footage of this. We had a good time there. At the end, it was lunch and we needed to have some lunch. So we decided to stop at Bracebridge Falls. It is a beautiful place to go and visit. And there was this food truck there. Not the best of food, but it was really delicious, and the view and the atmosphere there was amazing. So we enjoyed our lunch and we continued the way home. Changing the environment is good for us. That's my belief. When everything becomes too repetitive, then we just lose interest. We need to change the scenery. We need to do something different from time to time to appreciate what we have more. A few months ago, I probably wouldn't have done this. I would have stayed home because it felt easier. But I'm learning that the life I'm looking for isn't going to knock on my door. I have to go out and find it. Maybe that's what this chapter of my life is really about. Not becoming younger, but becoming braver. And this camping trip was one small step in that direction. I would love to hear from you. Would you go camping? Have you been camping? What do you think about it? If you could spend a few days in the nature, where would you go? If you have any suggestions for me where I should go, what I should see, how I should challenge myself, please write a comment and maybe I will do something of what you suggest. Thank you for joining me today. If you're also trying to build more meaningful and happier life, you're not alone. Let's welcome new experiences, one adventure at a time. I will see you in the next one.